We're kicking things off today with a major mythbuster, just to really challenge your assumptions about how cavities actually form. Think about this for a second. What do you think is worse for your teeth? Eating a massive slice of cake right after dinner, or casually sipping a single can of soda over the course of an entire afternoon? Your instinct is probably screaming that the giant, sugary piece of cake is the ultimate villain here, right? Well, the science says otherwise. The answer completely flips how we understand dental health, and it all comes down to giving your saliva enough time to actually do its job.
To really prove this point, let's look at some truly shocking historic data from the Vipe studies, which was reviewed in the journal Caries Research. They found that you can add a whopping 300 grams of sugar to your main meals without seeing any meaningful increase in cavity risk. 300 grams, that is an absolute mountain of sugar. But to understand why a giant dessert is somehow safer for your enamel than a casually sipped drink, we really need to understand the battlefield first.
Which brings us to Phase 1, the sugar and acid war. Here's the thing. Sugar doesn't actually hurt your teeth directly. If you were to just rub a sugar cube against your enamel, it wouldn't dissolve it. Instead, sugar acts as the ultimate fuel for the bacteria living inside this sticky plaque in our mouths. Plaque is just a biofilm that naturally forms on your teeth. When you eat sugar, the bacteria inside this plaque absolutely feast on it. And just like any organism, when they consume food, they create a byproduct. In this case, that byproduct is acid.
The exact sequence goes like this. Once those bacteria eat the sugar, they launch a massive acid attack on your teeth that lasts for a full 20 to 30 minutes. This is step 1, acid erosion. The acid literally pulls vital minerals right out of your tooth's protective enamel. This leads to step 2, demineralization, where these tiny weak spots start forming on the surface of your teeth. Now, if this happens over and over again, we reach step 3, which is a permanent cavity. And once a cavity forms, that's it. It cannot repair itself. But here's the absolutely crucial takeaway. If we catch this at step 2, during that demineralization phase, your tooth can actually repair itself.
Let's move on to Phase 2, the villains.
First, we really have to distinguish between the types of sugar we're eating. While natural sugars found in whole fruits do pose some risk, they naturally bring their own defenses. Fruits contain protective fiber that physically scrubs your teeth as you eat, and they're packed with water, which stimulates saliva production. Added sugars, on the other hand, they are highly concentrated and often incredibly sticky. Think about candies, caramels, syrups. They cling to the tooth surface, trapping that bacteria-produced acid right up against your enamel for much, much longer periods. But you know what the most devastating villains in this war are? Liquid sugars. The Oral Health Foundation highlights these as the devilish drinks. These beverages are a massive double threat because they coat your entire mouth, washing every single tooth in acid while delivering huge amounts of sugar to fuel that plaque bacteria. Fizzy drinks, for example, have high sugar and are naturally acidic anyway. Fruit juices are just packed with free sugars. And then you have energy drinks, cocktails, and wine, which introduce entirely new chemical threats into the war zone. Just picture a Friday night out. Some of these sugary cocktails account for up to 80% of your recommended daily sugar intake in just one glass. Drinks like Pimm's, espresso martinis, and sangria are absolute sugar bombs. On the flip side, clear spirits, diet mixers, and drinks like dirty martinis or mojitos are significantly kinder to your teeth. But here's the kicker. Regardless of the sugar content, alcohol brings a secondary attack that is absolutely devastating to your mouth's ability to heal. That leads us perfectly into Phase 3, the saliva defense system. Let me tell you, saliva is nothing short of a biological miracle. It is constantly working to wash away sugar and literally water down the acid in your mouth. But it does so much more than just rinse things out. Saliva actually contains the very minerals, calcium and phosphate, that the acid just stripped away from your enamel. So when your mouth is resting, your saliva is actively pushing those minerals back into the weak spots of your teeth. It's a process called remineralization. Your saliva is literally rebuilding your teeth, reversing the early stages of decay before a cavity can even form. So here is the really crucial point. Things like energy drinks, wine, and cocktails don't just add acid, they completely paralyze your saliva defense system. Alcohol and caffeine are severe diuretics, meaning they cause dry mouth. If your mouth is dry, your saliva cannot flow. And if your saliva isn't flowing, well, the acid just sits there on your teeth indefinitely. And that amazing remineralization repair process we just talked about, it completely shuts down. You are essentially tying your own medic's hands behind their back while the enemy is attacking. Moving right along to Phase 4, frequency over quantity. This brings us all the way back to that opening question. Historic data reveals that sipping a soda all afternoon is vastly more destructive than eating a giant piece of cake after dinner. It's not about the total volume of sugar at all. It is entirely about frequency. The form and the timing of the sugar totally dictate whether your saliva gets the chance to do its vital repair work.
Remember that 30-minute acid attack we talked about earlier? If you eat 300 grams of sugar in one sitting, during a meal, your teeth undergo a single 30-minute acid attack. Once it's over, your saliva rushes in, neutralizes the environment, and basically spends the next few hours remineralizing and repairing your enamel. But if you sip a sugary soda or you're snacking on a few candies every hour throughout the afternoon, you are triggering a brand new 30-minute acid attack with every single sip or bite. Your saliva literally never gets a break. It's constantly overwhelmed, and the repair phase just never begins.
Which brings us to our final phase, Phase 5, winning the dental battle.
Naturally, following the World Health Organization's guidelines to limit these sticky free sugars is your absolute first line of defense. It's pretty simple. The less fuel you give the bacteria, the smaller the acid attacks are going to be. But beyond just cutting sugar out, there are active, everyday habits you can build to actually help your teeth repair themselves. So try bunching your sugar intake with your meals. By doing this, you finally give your saliva the crucial downtime it needs to heal your teeth between those meals. And look, if you are going to have a sugary drink, don't sip it for hours. Drink it quickly, use a straw to bypass your teeth altogether, and immediately follow it up with some water to manually wash away the sugar and help your saliva neutralize the acid. And of course, brushing and flossing removes that sticky plaque biofilm entirely, while using a fluoride toothpaste provides these supercharged minerals that bond with your saliva to rebuild your enamel even stronger than before.
At the end of the day, your saliva is a miraculous, self-healing mechanism, but it only works if you actually let it. Knowing that frequency is the real enemy here, take a look at the drink on your desk right now. Ask yourself, are you hydrating your defenses, or are you just starting another 30-minute war? Think about it. Keep learning, give your saliva a fighting chance today, and we'll see you in the next explainer.